Ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies and gents, what I'm doing here is I'm going to let this relaxing music play in the background because it's Sunday. I just put up this video. Alright, I'm going to talk louder. It says how to file a motion with the court. Either a response or either an appeal. Okay? A claim, response, either response, claim, or appeal. Just did the video, just finished it, we're gonna close this right now. It's gonna ask me, do I want to save it? So I'm gonna save it, okay? I'm gonna save it and give it a name. You're gonna name it like it's a baby boy. What are you gonna name it, baby boy? That's not a good name. Okay, I'm gonna name it like it's a baby boy. Oh, that's a perfect name. Nobody's ever been named like it's a baby boy before. So we're gonna name it like it's a baby boy. Are you sure you want to do that? I'm sure. Okay. Shut up. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, and ladies, what I did say I was going to do is I was going to show you the reason why we were doing this. Many people have been receiving documents from the court, especially the appeals court, and that's been scaring people. And you don't want to be scared, unless you're looking at Ron in the mirror. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, how do we do this? Where am I going? Oh, SATCOM. Ladies and gentlemen, the unique thing about SATCOM, we don't have the search capabilities yet for you to be able to search the documents. So this is what I'm going to suggest to everybody. Give us a couple of days and we will correct that problem at SATCOM. Alright? See, this is an all-purpose video, trying to keep you on the all-purpose trip. But I don't know where the page is. It's over here somewhere. Where is it at? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that either. Ladies and gentlemen, there was a page I had up that I was actually working on, and I can't find that page. Where I'm actually working on somebody's document. Alright, I'm gonna pause you so that I can find it. Don't want to keep you. Ladies and gentlemen, I was able to find what I was looking for. I'm hoping that it will pull up. I should have waited for it to pull up before I connected you, but I figured we would talk about a couple of things before we get going. There have been a couple of people calling me on the weekend, even though I've already put out several videos letting them know that I don't do this on the weekend unless I choose to, unless I volunteer to. In other words, unless I call you. You don't get to just call me on the weekend because that's your free time. Okay? You're not going to take up my free time when I'm not willing to give it. And the weekend, it ain't Miller. It's EEON time. Now, in case some of you forgot what EEON stands for, it stands for Energy Equals Oneness. Energy Equals Oneness. EEON, E-E-O-N. People still want to insist on calling me by my old name. That's fine. But I have legally changed my name to EEON. My name is EEON. So I just want you all to get that straight. Now you see, it's not pulling up. It should be pulling up, but it's not pulling up, and I don't know why it's not pulling up, which means that I have to open up another web browser because I don't know what's going so slow. It's just too slow. So hold on, please. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, open up Opera browser. Opera! Anyway, I open up the Opera browser, and the Opera browser has brought me here. This is the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals. I have two different cases going before the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals, ladies and gentlemen. These are the rules for the appeals. Okay? This tells you exactly all you need to know about the appeals, the entire process. It's listed in an outline form. Designation of record and statements. It will let you know once you click on this that you have 14 days from the date you file your notice of appeal to do all of this. Well, guess what it does? If you scan down to the bottom, if you did the research, it will give it to you in Word form and in Word form. Okay? And it basically is already written out for you. Okay? That's it. It's already written out. You ain't got to do nothing. Then it says one document. One love. Nothing but the help. I'm sorry. Anyway, one document. And it gives you the documents. Okay, status, interested party, oral. Okay, gives you all of them. Just that simple. And it's according to all of the little stupid rules. And then you have motion or response. This one doesn't give it to you, it just gives you the outline. You know, a statement of particular grounds of the motion, a statement for the particular relief sought, proof of service, exactly what I just did in the last video. An outline. It gives you the outline. All you have to do is just copy and paste that and then fill out the sections the same as you would do if you didn't have the idea of putting together an outline. Then the next one is brief. I wear briefs. I love my eyewear. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it says brief. Look, cover page containing case caption. See? Caption. That's their stupid word. They use that word. Let's bring that up so you can see it. Need to bring it up so you can see it. The title, brief. The filing party's name, the counsel or pro se party's address, telephone number, and ECF mailing address, if applicable. If you don't know what an ECF, KFT, anyway, an ECF mailing address is, don't worry about it. It doesn't apply to you. Okay? Table of contents. What page references? Okay? Oh, by the way, your pages have to be numbered. I must tell you that your pages have to be numbered. Pages have to be numbered? Why my page have to be numbered? Well, because your page has to be numbered. Mother. Okay. Look, I just did this document earlier. Okay? Let's look. See? I just did this document, and there are no such parent and or publicly held corporations. Now, I just did this one. I just took their document out of my own words. See, they had pursuant to the 10th Circuit Court of Appeal rules. I said, in conjunction with, they had words like submit. I took out the words like submit. Why? They had words like appearance. I took out the word appearance. Why? Because we don't use those words. Those words have special meanings in law. They are legalese words. Well, you get the copy of the document you did? No. This is where you do your research. This is where you do your studying. See, that's what I've been realizing. So many people have been taking what I've been doing, and they've just been copycatting without doing any research. I don't give a if you take that personally, but too many of you are not doing any research. I'm getting calls from people telling me that they have done their research, and I can tell by listening to them that they've done the wrong research. How do we do the right research? By doing your research. There are a lot of sites. Wait, let's go back here. See, can't get the pull up on my other screen right here. But wait. This document, no, not that document. This document, no, not that document. This document, no, not that document. This document, not that one. 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 This one. Not that one. This one. This one. This one. This one. There's a WordPress document. See? Blogspot. Blogspot. This is an individual's opinion. This is where most people will do their research, because they pull up an article and they say, well, that person, he used case law. See, he got case law. He's got cases and documents and diagrams. I don't give a if that's what he's got. If you want to rely on information like this, where a lot of it is subjective to how he's explaining it, you do that. Am I saying that the person who did this particular website is wrong? No! I'm not saying that at all. So don't you go starting some madness. What I am saying is you're going to have to take this and do the research of the information that the person is showing. And you cannot do the research based upon the way they explained it. You have to do the research based upon the way the original foundation of that law was explaining things. You have to go to the foundation, people. Foundation! Okay. Calm down. I'm not calm down! If I don't want to calm down, how do I calm up? You need to calm down, sir. We're going to have to sedate you. Sedate me? You're not going to... Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, let's get back to the table of contents and the pages in alphabetical order and the alphabetical table of authorities. Jurisdictional statement. See? Jurisdiction. Statement of issues presented and applicable standards of review. Wait a minute. Why do we need to give you the standards of review? Because they're doing it as an administrative matter. And anytime you hear the appeals court mention this thing about review, they're reviewing just the record. They're not reviewing the facts. They're reviewing the record that the clerk of the court, their agent, has put together. They're not reviewing the actual facts. They're not reviewing your documents. Jurisdictional statement, the issues presented, statement of case setting out the facts, summary of arguments. This is an outline, ladies and gentlemen. Then a statement of related cases. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, and your principal brief must not exceed 30 pages unless it contains no more than 14,000 words or uses monospace and contains no more than 1,300 line text, and includes a certificate of compliance that conforms substantially with the official form 17C certificate of compliance. Okay, we will not be giving them a certificate of compliance. Well, at least I won't. I can't tell you what to do, but I know I won't be doing it. What the papers I submit, because I'm not, anyway, we're not going to deal with all that. It even gives you what you're to do in the cross-claim. Now, see, brief checklist, certificate of compliance, Word, PDF, brief writing tips. They give you, look, they tell you how to write a brief. An appendix checklist. Okay? This is what they do for you. So, most of the court's websites have this. As you saw, the one in Georgia, my sweet Georgia, had it. The 10th Circuit has it. Most courts' websites have this. You know what I told most of the people I'm helping? I told them, I said, look guys, I need you to keep up with what needs to be filed. Because every court is different. Because I'm dealing with state court, appeals courts, circuit court of appeals, circuit bankruptcy appellate courts. That's what BAP stands for. BAP, 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 BAP. Anyway, that's what it stands for. Bankruptcy Appellate Panel. Where's Bankruptcy Appellate Panel? I know it's here somewhere. Bankruptcy Appellate Panel! Bankruptcy Appellate Panel! Where the are you? Now, ladies and gentlemen, the Bankruptcy Appellate Panel is not actually the 10th Circuit Court of Appeals. These are not Article 3 judges. They're not Article 3 judges. They're not Article 3 judges. You want to live before an Article 3 judge. But after the Bankruptcy Appeal Panel rules against you, you can appeal to the Circuit Court of Appeals. Okay? Most people don't know that. So what I'm doing with this video is letting you know that if you need a document, you can get them online. If you don't know how to do this, the court says, well, you didn't send a designation of record and a statement of issues. We need you to send that in less than 24 hours. Get it to us now! You go to their website and you download a copy, or you type it in and you pull up a copy from the internet. It's all here. Okay? Each one of those forms, statement, 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 designation, okay? All of those forms are here. I'm filling it out for one person, and I don't have to do much. I just have to add in what I need to add in. So I figured I'd do this video and the other video to show you all how to do it, okay? How to do it. And I did so in less than 45 minutes. Alright, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Gentlemen and ladies and gents, have a good day, have a good life, have a good night. We'll speak in a moment. Goodbye.